What is going on, everybody? Dan's Midwest Angling here, and we're about to do something we've never done before. Now, to be clear, I've done this type of stuff before, but not on the channel. This is the first of a brand new type of video that I'm going to be doing called a fishing camp. And that's where we are going to pull up on the shore somewhere, camp out for the night, and then as soon as we wake up in the morning, we're going to be on the water and ready to go. Now, there's a very particular reason why, in typical Dan's Midwest Angling fashion, this isn't just going to be some walk in the park. And that would be because
it's gonna rain!
Thanks, Al.
So, like, all week, it wasn't supposed to rain today. And, start checking the weather yesterday. And
it's raining sideways!
It's actually kind of sunny out. It's already, a rain cloud has already passed through. But there's multiple storms, like little rain squalls that are going to be moving through this afternoon and evening. And there's going to be thunder showers. Now, I have all sorts of camping gear, so one might think, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. And see, problem is, your old pal Dano here decided to buy a $30 tent that is not waterproof. And my reasoning behind this was, you know, in the summertime, it doesn't really rain that much around here in Wisconsin, especially the last couple of years. We've been kind of in a drought. So my idea was to just cheap out on the tent and get a nice tarp. But instead of getting a nice tarp, I got a tarp from Temu. So we're going to see if I learn a lesson today. And of course, for the first fishing camp on the channel, we couldn't just have it nice and sunny and perfect weather, right? That wouldn't be my style. So this one could get pretty interesting, I'm not going to lie. Walleye spawn is still, like, I believe it's raging right now. Maybe getting into the end stages of it. About half the fish that the guides seem to be catching are spawned out already. And there's a rumor that white bass schools have entered the river. So we're going to go down there and we're going to see what we can figure out. The goal is that we're going to launch the boat and we're going to find a spot to camp, get everything set up while it's not raining. The cooking options aren't that great because I kind of threw this together at the last minute. So strap in, man, because this is going to be a hell of an adventure, I hope. Thinking that somewhere in this lagoon, if we can make it, where we're going to set up camp, probably on this island right here. Seems to be pretty sheltered. It's going to be thunderstorms rolling in tonight, so we kind of want to be as far out of the wind as we can. The other thing is, I mean, it's not really that big a risk right now because there ain't nobody out here, which is great. But I don't really want anybody to see where I'm at, or I'm about to leave a bunch of camping gear. So I have never actually been in this little section, so I have no idea how deep or shallow it actually is. So I think we're going to pull the big motor and just troll in nice and slow like. That way, if we run into something, it ain't gonna hurt the expensive motor, you know? Let's see. It's actually fairly deep in here.
is a legit section of the channel. Oh, it's kind of gorgeous. For the moment, that looks really dark and unpleasant, which means that I should probably put the fishing pole down. This campsite set up. Time to do a little exploring. There's a lot of mud right here. I'm thinking I can make that work right there. Let's just see how sturdy the earth is. Wish the beavers would have been a little bit more efficient. And it's kind of sucks is that there's no real flat spot. This is where we're going to do it. Friggin' beavers. Yeah, with that cloud coming, I don't think we're doing any fishing tonight, boys. So we're just gonna get set up. That way, when it arrives, hopefully we'll be ready. I gotta hustle though. Oh my god, this is bad.
Yeah, so we frigged up, boys. I got the tarp up very poorly. My poles were not nearly, they're just not strong enough to get this thing as tight as they need it to be with this rain. If it wasn't raining, it really wouldn't matter. But I did not get the boat covered. Got everything out from it. We're dry. But looking at the radar, this shower ain't going nowhere in a hurry. So I think I'm gonna attempt to fix the tarp without getting super soaked. So that way it's at least high enough I can pitch the tent up in here. And we're gonna go from there.
Well, that was quite the experience, but you know, I'm soaked, but everything in there's dry. So I guess I got that going for me. Now that everything's set up, I think it's time to cook some supper while it's still light out. It has not stopped raining this whole time. I don't even dare to go out and check how much water's in the boat. I think I'm gonna have to do a little bailing. I'll check back with you when we're cooking supper. Boy, I tell you what, this sure is interesting. It's gonna be real nice to get some hot food in me though. On the menu tonight, we got taco. And that's about it. I mean, this is a real fly-by-night operation, boys. I'll just be happy to have some warm food. It's gonna be really nice to get inside that tent too. The thing about food when you cook it in the woods, especially when you're miserable, is it seems to taste a lot better that way. I don't know why. Even a can of Dinty Moore beef stew feels like gourmet when you're out here all soaking wet. Tacos a la Wisconsin River. Well, I hope the fishing's real good tomorrow. Because if it's not, boy, this is going to be quite the flop. I apologize if I haven't done enough documentation of everything that's been going on. It's the first time I've done one of these on camera. I mean, really, it's the first time I've done one of these to this extent. I've done things like tent camping for a long time. This is the first time I've been doing it out of my boat. And so all the gear that I needed to put together to do this was very unique. It needed to be real compact so it could fit inside the storage totes. I've learned a lot about things like backpacking gear because it's nice and compact and it's easy to fit in your boat. So because of that, there's still quite a bit of a learning curve. And honestly, it would have been better if I would have come out here on a day when, you know, we didn't have thunder showers rolling in. But the problem when you're a truck driver like me is that time isn't really something that you have as a luxury. It really boils down to, if not now, then when. And I've been trying to do this for weeks. And it something always happened that wrecked everything. And this was finally my chance to get out and do this. You know, being a truck driver with a family, it's difficult to get away. I'm already away during the week. Thing is, the spots that I like to fish, they're on the way home from work for me. So what I did was I brought the boat to work. And then as soon as I got back from being out on the road, I just came straight out here. This is a lot easier on the kids when they don't see me come home and then immediately like get up and go fishing in the morning. So I thought that this would be a really good way to get out here and start doing this type of stuff, because I love camping. It's probably one of my favorite things to do besides fishing. And combining the two of them together, yeah, it's just a dream come true, right? But this was definitely a learning experience on how all this stuff works. Thing too is it's real peaceful out here. I got a feeling I'm gonna sleep really well as long as I can
get dry and get warm. So that's the thing, my feet are absolutely soaked. All my gear is nice and dry, so I don't have to worry about that. It's gonna get down into the low 40s tonight. So I got a pretty, it's not the greatest sleeping bag, but it's fairly thick. I got plenty of extra warm clothes to bundle up in tonight. I think the trick is just gonna get dry before I get into those things, which is gonna be pretty difficult. So I'm just gonna enjoy my supper, drink my Dr. Pepper, and I'll catch you inside. That's right, I'm editing a video while I'm filming a video. How very meta of me. It's super nice to be dry, laying down, nice and cozy. Of course, now that I'm tucked away, all snug as a bug in a rug, it stops raining, right? Allegedly, there's supposed to be thunderstorms rolling in like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm gonna try editing a while and maybe go off to sleep. Hopefully I don't get woken up by any thunderstorms. That'd be pretty rough, huh? Might have been off to a rocky start, but I'm excited to see what tomorrow brings. We'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. I actually slept fairly well last night. Turns out them thunder showers never actually rolled through, or if they did, I never heard them, so I guess that's good. Everything stayed nice and dry in here. I was probably about 90% satisfied with my warmth. It was just a wee bit chilly. Nothing that like affected my sleep or anything. Now that the sun's up, it feels a lot better, but the wind is definitely picking up now that the sun's up. So I guess we're gonna try and get some breakfast going here and start packing down. I just started hearing boats roll down the river, so that kind of motivated me to get my ass out of the sleeping bag because it was nice and cozy in there. Go get this place cleaned up and get fishing. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think I saved any time by being out here. In fact, it might have set me back a little bit. You know, it's the experience. As disastrous as that might have been last night, I really enjoyed it in a weird, sick kind of way, I guess. I definitely like this spot. It's nice and easy to get to. It is fairly as level as you can get. And I did have enough space to set everything up. It certainly would have been a lot more enjoyable if there wasn't that rain. Problem was, I did not like when I set these poles up in my yard, I didn't realize, like, I knew they were flimsy, but I didn't know they were that flimsy. And in order to get the tarp in as tight as I needed it, there was just no way that I was going to use those poles set up. And I kind of figured that out almost too late. And then I started attaching to the trees. And that gave me the tautness that I needed to actually get the tarp in a formation that was suitable. Breakfast, we just got this leftover hamburger and a couple egg skis.
was good. You know, even if I gave up a little fishing time, having a nice breakfast was really nice, especially after how miserable it was setting all this stuff up. Now, I think I'm going to put you on time-lapse mode as I clean up, and we'll get to fishing.
Might not have been pretty, but we're off. It was like a D+, right? Like maybe a C-. Maybe I should give myself a little more credit. I stayed dry, I stayed warm. Well, I didn't stay dry, but I slept dry. It was warm enough to sleep, actually get a good night's sleep. I woke up right here on the water. I like that spot. I really do. I just wish I was a little more prepared. Definitely learned some things for next time. We're going to be doing these more. Regardless, it was a good learning experience. We know what to expect for next time. There we go. It's the little Walter. Took it deep. First fish is little, but it's a good sign. Look at that blood all over the sea. Head camera shut off. all kinds of stuff happening. Oh well. Oh, jeez. Ah. The old kitty. Who's getting the whole zoo today? Ooh. Yeah. Still don't think he's a keeper though. Males. Where's the big ladies at? How about them big beautiful women? That's what we want to see. caught the fish. Everything's a freaking mess. It's all because of the wind. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for this trip. The conditions weren't that great, but you know what? We caught fish all day. We didn't catch any real big fish. But you know what? It was just nice to be out here, and it was a really fun experience getting to do the camp out, and I can't wait to do another one. Do me a favor and hit that like button because it'll help spread this video with new viewers. And if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe. This has been Dan's Midwest Angling. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.